And we're about to get underway here in the Icons of Darts Live League. Our opening matchup features Paul Nicholson and Scott Mitchell. And this is a real close group on Tuesday afternoon. David Evans, the runaway leader, but then we had 4 players tied on 6 points. So will it prove to be as competitive today? Like I said, Paul and Scott Mitchell about to get us underway. Daryl Fitton follows in the next matchup against Tuesday's champion David Evans. Then we see David and Paul, and Scott and Daryl. Also, this group features Keelan Kay, Wessel Neiman, and Aaron Monk will be featuring a little bit later on in the morning. And it's Scott Mitchell to get us underway here in game 1. Reminder, it's best of 7 legs.
$81.
And Scott gets us underway with an 81.
$140.
A reminder from yesterday's action, the Welshman Justin
$100. $57.
So steadiest start from both players. See Scott Mitchell in his traditional pink colour shirt. Similar approach to the game, these two players, both very slow and methodical.
100.
Like to do things at their own pace. We mentioned
25.
Scott Mitchell was one of those 4 players tied on 6 points, and courtesy of his leg average, he finished runners-up on Tuesday. Aaron Monk and Adam Huckvale were kind of drift at the bottom 100. Of the table. Paul Nicholson threatening an early break here. Slow start from Scott Mitchell.
$123.
That will bring him down to finish, but Paul Nicholson gets first bite in this opening leg. And he's going to get a dart at a double. 18 for double 16 for a 15 dart breaker throw.
Yeah, 3.
And he does convert. Good start from Paul Nicholson, very confident and good finishing. And an immediate break from the asset. Key thing is now he needs to consolidate that breaker throw.
135.
Get some breathing space in this match. It's a good way of doing it. Start 135. This is a good start from Paul Nicholson. We're only a leg and a bit in, but just looks comfortable.
80.
Yeah, reminder, Justin Smith won yesterday's Icons of Darts Live League. Won 5 of his 6 matches. And that's 2 league phase wins for Justin.
83.
He'll be back tomorrow.
$180.
First maximum of the match to Scotty Dog Mitchell. Reminder, coming up next, we see Tuesday's champion, David Evans, who missed double 12 for a 9 dart against Aaron Monk. And that's the second time he's missed the double 12 for a 9 dart in the live league.
100.
We've also seen Wessel Neiman go close. We've seen Aaron Monk achieve perfection, the only one so far to hit the perfect 9 dart finish. Paul Nicholson, though, looking to consolidate that early
140.
break. That's a great way of doing it.
$85.
Scott applies a bit of pressure, but it's a key shot coming in for Paul early in the match. He'll be looking at a big 12 for double 16. We've seen him convert on double 16 in the opening leg. Is he about to do the same here?
28.
He doesn't. And these are big moments. That chance just to get a bit of breathing space. Mitchell now to get the break straight back. 16 for tops. Good guide.
36.
And he pulls that. You see by his reaction, he wasn't happy with the release, so Paul gets another chance for a 2-leg lead. That's a good marker, just shuffling across to the right. Too far, so up to double 4 now. Chasing doubles now. Across the board with Paul Nicholson.
12.
And he just falls inside. So that's 5 missed darts of doubles for the asset for a 2-leg lead.
Game shot
And
in
Scott
1.
Mitchell punishes scrappy leg in the end. A real bright start from Paul Nicholson, but failing to convert on the doubles there. And that's why we're now level at 1 leg apiece. So disappointed with that, Paul.
41.
When you break early, you nearly need to consolidate that break, and Paul failed to do so there.
$100.
Scotty Mitchell pinches the second leg. As I said, Scott Mitchell was second in the league phase on Tuesday. It wasn't a clear-cut second, mind. Courtesy of his better leg difference.
$43.
Just drifts into the treble 1, Paul, so his average was up early in the 106 mark. Those missed doubles, and it's brought it right down now.
140.
Mitchell now looking to hit the front for the first time in this match. After pinching leg 2. And who knows how important that would be. It's only a short format, best of 7. So Paul Nicholson,
140.
who thought he should be attacking the Mitchell throw again with a 2-leg lead, is suddenly chasing Scott Mitchell down now after failing to convert those doubles.
140.
And a perfect setup from Scotty Mitchell. Paul Nicholson, all he can do is apply pressure, but it's looking the likelihood that we're going to see Scott Mitchell take the lead for the first time.
96.
Paul brings himself down to a finish, but Mitchell for 2-1. Coming down for double 19 is awkward.
21.
And as it proved. So is it a chance for Paul to steal a leg? He'll start on the treble 18. Only needs 1 for the shot of the bullseye. And there it is, the 1. Just got to stay in that 18 segment. He does. Didn't even entertain the second treble. Bullseye for the break.
3.
And he gets the break. Great finishing from Paul Nicholson. So 3 legs played, 3 breaks a throw. Good response. And Paul puts the disappointment of the last leg behind him and regains control. He's got the dart and he leads by 2 legs to 1.
$100.
And this is the leg now. If the opportunity presents itself for Paul, just to convert, to get that breathing space, he could be in a real position of comfort here. Big 1-2-2 check out on the ball. You always fancy yourself as a player on them sort of shots where there's just 1 treble to get that 1 dart at the bullseye, and then who knows, as it proves, it's a well thrown dart from Paul, and these are really well thrown darts from Paul.
140.
And again, Paul Nicholson's broke throw is in control of a leg on his darts, but can he get over the line on this occasion? It was a close run affair on Tuesday between these two.
135.
Paul won the match in a deciding leg, 4-3. Incidentally, Paul Nicholson, Wessel Nyman, Darryl Fitton and Scott Mitchell were the 4 players tied on 6. Scotty Mitchell
91.
took second spot, Darryl Fitton third, Wessel 4th, Paul 5th, with Aaron in 6th. And propping up the rest was Adam Hugvale. Obviously, Keelan Kay didn't feature on
136.
Tuesday, but he will feature today. Both players tied here on 170 apiece, but it's Paul first at it, and he's hit one of these already in the live league. Just be looking for a setup now. He's got to pick up a treble 19 here.
42.
Oh, poor setup play from Paul. Scotty Mitchell feigning to find a treble.
60.
So 1-2-8 for Paul, and it's not going to go now. These have been a bit sloppy, these last couple of visits from Paul. It's 31 scored, 97, and he's drifted into a 3 there, I think.
34.
34 scored, so visits of 43 and 34. From Paul, and Scott Mitchell now is going to get a double. Is this a 4th leg against the darts?
94.
It isn't, but he may return. Is Paul going to go the aggressive route? Or the treble 18, or is it the bullseye? He's got to find the treble now. 4 scored. Yeah. 16 scored. So he knows it's been a bit sloppy here, Paul. 16 scored, 78 remaining.
20.
And he just laughs that one off. A visit to forget. And looking all the likely we're going 2 legs apiece. Wow, Scott. Close to busting on treble 8 there, so double 4 now.
14.
Paul darts, and Paul's going to be kicking himself if he doesn't take the 74. It's taken him 9 darts to get from 170 to 74, 96 in his last 3 visits. But it'll all be forgotten about if he gets rid of this now. Double 8.
Give him 3.
And he does pinch the leg, and Paul Nicholson gets some daylight. A sloppy leg in the end, but nevertheless a leg that Paul Nicholson's won, and he's now 1 away from victory in the opening match of the Icons of Darts Live League today.
45. 97.
Paul Nicholson feeling a little bit more relaxed now because that leg, well, should have gone wrong really, but he got 12 darts to get rid of 170 and he did it with his 12 darts. And paramount now that Scott Mitchell makes Paul at least throw for the match. I want to gift him this leg. And then maybe the nerves creep in because Paul will not feel massively under pressure in this leg, but the next leg he will.
100. 81.
Both averages similar, 87, close to 88. But there's been some sloppy darts at doubles from both the players.
140.
It's Paul who's down to the finish first, 164. Scott just having a little think. Thinking of coming down, but he's stayed.
65.
Yeah, gone for the bullseye to leave the big fish, which he left in the last leg. Failed to get over the line. Paul first at it. He's gone in treble
92.
4. No, he went in the treble 18, so that's okay for Paul. And that leaves 72 if he returns, and he is going to return.
100.
So match dart, or match dart incoming, surely, for Paul Nicholson. It's going to have to be 15 for the bullseye now. We've seen him finish on bull already in this match. Not on this occasion.
40.
He has pulled it into the 18, so I suppose if there's such a good thing as a good miss at the bullseye, that's it. But Mitchell,
Game shot in 2.
yeah, takes the 70 and prolongs this match. Paul Nicholson's had one match dart at the bullseye, but he has the darts in this, the 6th leg. Want to get a treble here, you feel? Just
100.
finds one. It's a good last dart from the asset.
$78.
Yeah, good rescue from Scott Mitchell going down the board. Reminder of the other players in this group today: Daryl Fitton, David Evans, Wessel Nyman, Aaron Monk, and Keelan Kay.
140.
Daryl and David Evans coming up next. Another one needed for Scott.
125.
Finds one in the corner. Just keeps him in touch. Paul with the lead of 37, plus these incoming.
78.
And just sloppy with the last one, trying to hit the 25 to leave himself 161. Another treble for Scott, gets him to a finish.
140.
He finds one. He's making Paul Nicholson work for this. This is a big visit coming in for Paul. It's proven to be a good visit from Paul.
138.
And lucky with the switch to treble 13, but he'll be happy with that. Forcing Scott Mitchell to take out the 158, and he's not going to.
58.
So to cap off what at times has been a bit cagey from Paul Nicholson, this performance, but he's going to get 2 more match darts. He's had one at the bull.
Give him 2.
And he only needs 1 more. Paul Nicholson opens up today's Icons of Darts Live League with a 4-2 victory. Coming up, we've got Tuesday's champion David Evans taking on the Dazzler, Daryl Fitton. Second match of the afternoon. About to get underway. David Evans battles the dazzler Daryl Fitton. David Evans, who steamrolled through the pack on Tuesday. Facing Daryl Fitton, who picked up 6 points, made a good account of himself. Was unlucky not to get the second spot, lost out on leg difference to Scott Mitchell.
Not me.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, Daryl Fitton was tied on 6 points, as I said, with Paul Nicholson, Scott Mitchell. And Wessel Nyman. And Daryl's standout performance was against Wessel Nyman on Tuesday. 4 out of 5 on the doubles, a 98 average. And can Daryl be the first man to inflict defeat on David Evans this week? Daryl, who'll be first with the bullseye here.
Outside.
That's the bullseye.
No.
Mine.
Waiting for the game to go. But next against Paul Nicholson, Scott Mitchell against Daryl. We see Daryl again against Paul Nicholson, David and Scott. And then we see Wessel Nyman for the first time this afternoon as he takes on Paul. And in the next two games after that, we welcome Scott and Keelan. We're back. We're just about to get underway. David Evans, who's won the bullseye, and will get us underway here. And gets away with a steady 10. So David Evans blitzed his way through the pack on Tuesday. Daryl Fitton's first up to try and
97.
And Evans today.
180.
There's Evans' first maximum of the match. Evans in wide double 12 against Aaron Monk on Tuesday.
180.
Back comes Daryl with a 180 of his own. Advantage Evans at this stage, courtesy of having the throw. Uses the bull on his last dart.
$80.
And Daryl lucky with the last dart, bounce out. Evans treble 17 and hits the 91. That's 11 dart holder throw, and David Evans picking up where he left off on Tuesday. It was a good leg from Darrell as well. Just that bounce out, he's had a maximum as well.
85.
$58.
David Evans playing back to back. He'll stay on. He plays Paul Nicholson in the next match. He's registered the first points of the day.
180.
And the second maximum for Darrell Fitton.
$100.
Darrell Fitton's got a cushion here because David Evans, even with a maximum, can't leave a finish from 3-4-3. So steady turn will do Darrell here. Can't find the treble his last start. It is breathing space.
59.
So Darrell knows just got to set up the 176. That's a slip. I need to.
76.
Yeah, finds the treble with the last dart to round off. That's okay. To tidy up. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure here if Evans can find another treble. Just switching them on. Can't find one. So Fitton has time on the 100. Double 10 for one leg apiece.
80 scored.
Just outside, but no drama. He'll be back. Evans can apply some pressure, but it's in Darrell Fitton's hands to make it one leg apiece.
20-1.
And he does with his first start. Impressive stuff from Darrell Fitton. 2 maximums already in this match. His average just creeps above David Evans. 103, plays 101.
100.
Decent opening from both.
$140.
And bright start again from Darrell Fitton. Both players who attended Q
59.
School in January failed to get their tour cards. But David Evans in particular has been impressive in this live league. It's only Darrell's second
60.
day, but this is pretty impressive in this early stage of this match. Twice a Lakeside semi-finalist, Darrell Fitton, and we saw David Evans get to the quarterfinals on debut in the Indigo earlier on this year. Some impressive victories against Nick Fulwell and Richard Veenstra before losing out to Mario van der Bodengard.
125.
Darrell Fitton certainly forcing the issue here. We've seen him on 176 in the
59.
previous leg. He did have the luxury of getting to have 9 darts at it on that occasion. He probably won't get that many this time, but he fancies himself to have 6, so the setup shot's important here.
60.
I could have done with a treble, but it's a much more favourable finish than the one for David Evans, but it's on. Treble 17 for double 16. For treble 10 off
87.
that. Darrell may start down the bottom of the board. So treble 19 will leave double top, and this is for the breaker throw. No, he doesn't find it.
56.
And you feel the chance was missed on the previous visit, not so much on that one for Darrell. Evans has still got to do his bit. 56.
Game in 3.
He does find it with his third dart. So David Evans holds again. Leads by 2 legs to 1. A slight chance missed there, though, for Darryl Fitton. With how impressive David Evans has been.
84.
6 starts at 176, and Darryl knew he wasn't happy with the setup shot, but still his average is up. 96.5, he's playing well.
58.
$85.
137.
Good switch in from Evans to the treble 19. First 10 plus visit of the leg.
$81.
99.
Bit of pressure on Darryl Fitton now. A break for Evans in this leg will allow him to throw for the match in the next leg.
45.
And that is an opening for sure for David Evans. Can he set up?
58.
I'd have stayed up the ball from the start there. I get why he come down. He's looking for the 3 treble 19s, but there's a chance to really apply some pressure. And this is a good response from Darryl. 86 remaining.
38.
Can't find the treble, but won't be too displeased with that visit.
59.
So Fitton now for 2 legs apiece. 16 for the double. That's a good guide. Just shuffling across to his left.
68 in 3.
Yeah, uses the guide well, Darryl Fitton, and as Darryl did, missed a little opportunity to have a shot to break in the last leg. You feel David Evans did there. His set of play from 207 wasn't great. But he's back in the groove.
140.
The previous match between Scott and Paul, we've seen lots of breaks to throw early in the match. We haven't seen any here yet. No one's had a dart to break the throw yet. Darryl's going to have to find one if he wants to win this match.
$100.
$140.
Yeah, both players' averages now. Obviously, we're up in the hundreds of. Still steady though. 95 for Darryl, 94 for David.
140.
David Evans knows he's just needs to hold throw and he's home and hosed. 2 more legs. Darryl has to find a break of throw.
60.
Needed a little bit more there. So Evans with a cushion on this 1-2-1. 96 remains. Surely he's got to stay up there, shifting across.
65.
You take that down to 56. Darryl will attempt to apply some pressure.
$45.
And he doesn't see the disappointment. David Evans, 56 to go within 1.
Game in 3.
And he does go within 1 on what would be a 7th consecutive victory this week in the live league. Did see Martin Adams a few weeks ago in the live league and in the night of the darts. I think had a run of 11 matches without defeat. And that was over the 3-day period. There was less players in the group phase then.
60.
All Darrell can do is hold here and just hope that errors creep in. Bit of a slipper there from Darrell.
24.
And there it is, an opening for David Evans. Only early in the leg, but got to find a treble.
59.
No, he doesn't. So Darrell, they let off the hook, but still a long way to go in this sixth leg. Are we going to go to a decider? Darrell Fitton certainly hopes we are.
82.
Picks off a treble with the last dart. Needed it as well. Not a lot in this.
137.
And David Evans applies a little bit of pressure. Lead of 51, but Darrell, it's a better first dart. He'd be happy with that. Plenty of room for more. Just loses the line with the first one.
125.
Good darts from Darrell. Used his frustration well, because he wasn't happy with the second dart, but the third dart, really give it some. And Darrell just looks to set up the 171. He got time. 6 darts for Darrell. Yeah, so down for treble 17. Perfect set. This would be. It's okay though. But Evans with a 10 plus can make that 185. That's 74, sorry, of Darrell Fitton's.
100.
Seem a lot more trickier. Treble 14 will be the first port of call. This is where it gets awkward now, because 20 for tops. When your darts stand up like Darrell's can be awkward. Tops to send us to a decider.
54.
And it doesn't. So Evans is, well, surely should get the first dart to break. And what a crucial time to break it would be. 16 for the bull. Didn't even entertain the treble.
60.
Doesn't hit. And that's the only dart so far in the match we've had for the possible breaker throw. And it was a match dart as well. Darrell to send us all the way. Now this is awkward. Always awkward switching up to double 5. That's a flyer from Darrell. Uses the marker and sends us to a decider. I think we deserve a deciding leg here. But David Evans knows he's in charge.
100.
Can Darrell Fitton from nowhere produce just that big bit of quality on the opposition throw?
45.
Not the visit he needed. And music to the ears of David Evans. Using the marker well. Such a nice action. And David Evans has complete control of the match. Forcing Darrell Fitton into 2 treble visits, even maybe a 180 would not be enough. And again, drifts into the 5.
45.
Frustration for Darrell. David Evans just got to stay straight. He's got good advantage. That's okay.
121.
Yeah, that's more than okay. And David Evans has plenty of time to get rid of 140.
61.
Darrell Fitton, realistically, maximum 170 out. David Evans is just laying up. David Evans will return. He's had 1 match start on the ball, but this time he's going to get minimum 2 at a more favoured double. But Darrell with a maximum can leave a finish, but this would more likely all be in vain.
135.
It's not enough. David Evans to get his points on the board. First points of the day, and that's a perfect guide. No pressure on the dart. Yeah, he's frustrated, but he'll be back. Darryl's just got to hit big and hope for errors.
140.
Does hit big. That'll be ruining those 245s at the beginning of the leg.
Gaming 1.
And David Evans converts, and 7 consecutive holds in the match sees David Evans clinch a 4-3 victory. That takes his winning streak up to 7 games tonight, as he cleaned up on Tuesday with 6 wins out of 6. And he stays on now and plays against the gentleman we've seen that opening match with a victory, Paul Nicholson. Match number 3 about to get underway, and we're about to see our 2 victors from the day. Just seen David Evans come up through a tight tussle with Darryl Fitton, 4 legs to 3. We saw Paul Nicholson beat Scott Mitchell in the opening match by 4 legs to 2. One of these players has an opportunity to really grab this league phase by the scruff of the neck here early doors. I mean, we haven't seen Wessel, Keelan or Aaron yet. Paul Nicholson, a busy schedule early here. He plays here, game off next, then plays again. So has a big chance to stamp his authority on this league phase and inflict the first defeat on David Evans this week. Played some good stuff, Paul, in the first match. He made a mess of one leg, but I was impressed with him. He had the 1-2-2 finish and closed out the match comfortably in the end.
25.
Also 25.
Coming up after this game, Scott Mitchell and Darryl Fitton return. And we see Darryl Fitton stay on.
Bullseye.
And he plays Paul Nicholson. And then David
25.
and Scott. Before we welcome Wessel Nyman for the first time today.
All the best, Paul.
It's Paul Nicholson to get us off and running in game 3.
$100.
Nice steady start for Paul Nicholson. Evans' confidence sky
51.
high at the minute. He's been ever present in the live league since its induction just over a month ago. He won the very first league phase in the Icons of Darts Live League. Him and Wessel Nyman have been quite the rivals over the first couple of weeks. David Evans has pulled away, so to speak, now.
134.
100.
Yeah. 3 tons for Paul Nicholson.
93.
He broke in 15 darts in his opening match against Scott Mitchell, but a 15 dart hold would be just as effective here.
$105.
Yeah, and uses the bullseye. So he was a 2 darter. 96 when he returns.
99.
So for an opening hold, treble again from Paul, 36.
Game in 3.
Yeah, sneaks it in the corner, and as he did in the first game, Paul Nicholson wins the opening leg in 15 darts. He's done the same here for this time for the hold to throw. He leads by a leg to nil. A real solid hold to throw as well.
180.
Turn 05, 96. There's Max for David Evans. We've seen him hit 1 against Darryl Fitton.
$100.
100.
And Paul starts this leg with a ton again. This
140.
And lucky with the last dart, but this is good stuff from Paul Nicholson. He looks comfortable. He looked comfortable against Scott Mitchell, to be fair. A bit scrappy in the second leg, but
140.
David Evans, as always, is looking really comfortable. He's down to 81. We've seen his opening leg in 11 darts against Darryl Fitton. He could add his second 11 darter here.
57.
Treble 19, double 12.
Game in 2.
Yeah, and it is another 11 dart. So 2 11 darts already today for David Evans to level up this match.
$100.
Paul's like a 10 machine today. 3 tons in the opening leg. A ton in the last leg. He opens up
100.
this with a ton.
$100.
Shock, another 10 from Paul Nicholson. Steady stuff.
180.
Unfortunately, steady stuff isn't doing the job against David Evans. Evans fires in his second max of the match. Paul Nicholson, who's playing real steady stuff here. We're only 2 and a bit legs in, but with a 99 average, finds himself 20 points behind on the averages. And that's what the barrage does. It forces errors. That's what David Evans has done to create an opportunity for himself here.
100.
$140.
Paul Nicholson shuffling to the board there. That was a real loose one. Is he going to get a go? Bullseye for the breaker throw for David Evans.
71.88.
He didn't break throw in the previous match against Darryl Fitton, but didn't need to. Could have backed up his 11 dart with a 12 dart there, but Paul Nicholson, he will stay there. Doesn't find the treble, so no dart, a double coming. So Evans gets a chance to break. Hasn't broke his opponent's throw today. Didn't need to in the last game. Does need to here.
Game in 3.
And does break. And David Evans leads by 2 legs to 1. He had a 180. Both his winning legs here. His average up just shy of 109.
140.
And opens with a 140. Paul Nicholson's just got to keep chipping away. He's playing well. There's a barrage coming his way from David Evans.
46.
57.
As I said, we saw Martin Adams have a match-winning streak.
180.
Double check. I think it was 9 matches in the end. Paul Nicholson gets his first match. David Evans is looking at going to 8 here.
140.
And as expected, just fires back. He just keeping Paul Nicholson at arm's length at this stage. Paul may look at the 25 here. He's a treble.
75.
And Evans can just set up, and that's a perfect mark for another one. He's going for it.
Oh, God. 114.
Oh, no, he didn't go for it. See, the logic in listens to treble 18 in the end, really, but a loose one leaves him with work to do. But can Paul apply some pressure? He does apply some pressure. Will Evans buckle? How careless will that dart, the big 18 be? That's your answer. Not at all. He leads by 3 legs to 1. His average up above 108. There's a good performance from Stretch. Paul Nicholson ain't going to lie down. He didn't in that leg. He tried to force the issue. It wasn't enough, but he fires back with his second maximum of the match now. It's a real quality affair.
93.
Yeah, good switch in. You expect Paul to find another
96.
one there. I can't quite, but well thrown darts.
$125.
Evans' scoring power just keeps asking questions of Paul Nicholson. Switch down to 19s.
55.
Oh, correction. I thought it was a treble the second dart, so he just leaves it handy. Leaves a finish.
59.
Let off, so to speak. Paul's still got 6 darts at this 170. Gonna need him. 2 treble 19s to be the perfect setup here.
96.
And he'll take that. Paul will return to have a poke at the 74, which will force David Evans to throw out the match. But David Evans looked comfortable on throw today.
91.
He held throw 4 times against Darrell Fitton. What was a close encounter.
Give him 2.
And Paul Nicholson tidies up the 74. Forces David Evans to throw out for the match.
$140.
Good opening from David Evans, and like I said, he's just looked so comfortable on his throw today. Darrell Fitton had a little opportunity in the third leg, but just couldn't get the dart at the double. Can Paul force the issue here? He's got to fire back with a 2 treble visit of his own. He has found one with the second dart.
100.
Can't find a third. One with the third dart, I should say.
That one. 57.
A slight little opening for Paul. Thought he may have switched there. That first dart wasn't favourable.
57.
And does switch eventually, but with no joy. Evans with a 2 treble visit here can create some real breathing space.
140.
Yeah, and he does exactly that. As I've said, both of these matches, he's looked really calm and composed on throw.
60.
Yeah, not enough for Paul Nicholson. David Evans, 164 points away from his second consecutive victory. And time on his side, surely just
100.
stay there. Yeah, that's fine. You're asking Paul Nicholson to hit a 180 now. The pressure all on the asset. Just got to hit big and hope.
$100.
Not enough. David Evans for back-to-back victories. 888.
Game in 3.
And David
Well, David,
Evans
too
gets
good.
the job done.
Cheers.
Just shy of 105 average. David Evans now stretches his winning streak to 8 matches. He cleaned up on Tuesday. He's 2 out of 2 already here today. He has a little break now, and we welcome back Daryl Fitton and Scott Mitchell in our next match. And we arrive at match number 4. And we welcome back Scott and Daryl Fitton, who both suffered defeat in their opening match. Scott lost out to Paul Nicholson by 4 legs to 2. Daryl Fitton in a real close run affair with David Evans, 4 legs to 3, all 7 legs on throw. Confirmation of what we've just seen, David Evans defeating Paul Nicholson 4-2. Scott Mitchell at the balls are here, but Daryl Fitton now playing back-to-back matches. He plays Scott Mitchell obviously here, and he'll play Paul Nicholson in the next match. And we welcome back David and Scott.
25.
First time today. Our 7th match of the afternoon, we see Wessel Neiman, who plays Paul Nicholson.
Outside.
Also, yet to see, well, we welcome Wessel Neiman, our 7th match. We will see Keelan Kay later on.
Not bullseye.
Aaron Monk. And confirmation there, it's Scott Mitchell who wins the ball. And the 2015 World Champion gets us underway. Our 4th match of the afternoon. In the morning, I should say. How great that. Way to start off the match. Scott Mitchell, who lost to Paul Nicholson. You feel leg 4 in that match cost him. He had 3 darts at tops for a break back to make it 2 legs
41.
apiece. But by missing, allowed Paul to take control, and Paul never looked back.
$47.
Daryl, who pushed David Evans all the way, just couldn't find his scoring in the deciding leg. And against the throw. Started with 2 45s.
$134.
Scotty Mitchell looking to hold throw. He was broken early in the game against Paul Nicholson in the first leg. This is a lot better opener for Scott Mitchell. Perfect setup. 12 darts thrown, 40 remaining.
139.
Darrell brings himself down to finish, but you expect Mitchell to get over the line this opening leg. Drifting over towards that double 1 there. And doesn't find the double, so courtesy of that 139 from Darrell, an outside chance. He just drops lower the treble, so Mitchell will come back again for the opening leg.
100.
And Mitchell with a 16 dart. Leg to hold through. Which included a maximum as well.
125.
Won yesterday's live league. Fallon Sherrick finished in 2nd spot on leg difference. She won 3 of her 6 matches.
100.
She was the only person to defeat Justin yesterday. It
100.
wasn't enough to take top spot. Justin is in impressive form again. One of Scott Mitchell's standout performances on Tuesday was against Darryl Fitton. 97 average, he hit 4 of his 5 doubles in a 4-0 victory, whitewashed Darryl. And that was a crucial victory because these two were both tied on points on Tuesday, but it was Scott Mitchell who finished second, courtesy of a better leg difference.
137.
That 4-0 victory certainly didn't do him any harm.
$83.
Darryl brings himself down to 56. A chance now for Darryl Fitton to level up the match. $56.16 for tops. Cross for double 10.
36.
Just outside. Opportunity for Mitchell now for some breathing space. 84. Should get minimum dart the bullseye. Didn't even entertain the treble. Bullseye for 2-0. Can't quite pick it off. Darryl, opportunity again.
20-1.
And he finds it and levels up the match. Darryl Fitton's now played 9 legs today, and every single one of those 9 legs has gone on through. And he's in the same position as he was against David Evans. He's against the darts. He's got to find a breaker throw at some point.
$43.
Scotty Mitchell just doing enough.
$95.
Sensible darts for Mitchell, starting at the bottom of the board. He needs a finish, and he's got breathing space again here. Maxwell would get Darryl back in touch, but it won't be enough to leave a finish.
123.
Go for the bullseye here. He does go for it. Can't quite pick it off, so Darryl, you feel a ton 40 gives him a little chance, because it's always awkward splitting scores. Scott Mitchell will return more than likely at 9 at double 8.
100.
Could have done with another one there, Darryl. See, all in vain if Scott Mitchell. And he doesn't. That's where the second treble would have been important. Still got a chance, Darryl. This was the 140 he had on Scott's throw in the opening leg, and he didn't get the first treble, and he hasn't again here. See a shake of the head. He's not happy. That's landed low. Just shifting across.
$26.
Yeah, can't quite apply a lot of pressure there, but Mitchell now for a 2-1 lead. Good guide. The pause. And he finds it with his second dart, the double 4. Scott Mitchell leads by 2 legs to 1.
It's 180.
Darrell finds his first maximum in the match. Similar averages, Darrell's just slightly higher.
$26.
Not the way to back up a maximum. You see the head shaking with Darrell, but he's still major damage. Can really be done here from Scott. Yeah, 1040 pulls him ahead, but Darrell Fitton's just got to forget about that last visit.
$100.
Yeah, that's a better visit from Darrell. Mitchell just shuffling along. I don't know why he stayed there. Should have maybe come down for treble 17. There wasn't really a way into the treble 20 there. Had he hit a 17, he'd have still been on a finish. So there's Darrell just drifting again.
35.
Has to go for a 25 the last start just to leave a finish. So this is a chance for Mitchell now to inflict the first breaker throw on Darrell Fitton today. Won't be thrilled with that.
$45.
A bit way within this leg for Darrell. We've seen a visit of 26, 35 and 45, and that's after a maximum start. Mitchell for treble 19. A bit sloppy there himself. Bit of nerves creeping in this leg, but it will be irrelevant if Darrell Fitton can take out the 115. Treble 19 for the double. Gets the treble. Can he get the double?
115 in 3.
Yeah, and he does tie. We saw that similar early on to Paul Nicholson, who ran a bit wayward in the middle of a leg, but tied it up at the end with a good finish. And that was a good finish from Darrell. It was a frustrated head shake when he hit the double 19, but at the end of the day, you go out in 12 darts, you go out in 18 darts, or whatever, you win. Winning the leg's the most important. And Darrell has held throw 5 from 5 today. Got to find a break in this match.
55.
Reminder, we've seen David Evans win both his games this afternoon. We've seen a victory for Paul Nicholson. We're still yet to see Keelan Kay, Wessel Neiman and Aaron Monk. They'll be joining us a bit later on.
180.
Darrell finds a second maximum in consecutive legs. And is this the opportunity Darrell been waiting for? It's forced an error from Scott Mitchell. It was a snatchy last start, landing low in the 20.
$58.
Couldn't find the treble 19 with the last start to leave a finish. 50 points in it. Scott Mitchell has the advantage courtesy of these darts coming in now. A steady turn leaves 158, but opportunity for Darrell in particular now. That's a real good first dart.
120.
Real good second dart and lucky with the third. Just gets a bounce out. But he's going to get a dart, you feel now. At the bullseye, Darryl Fitton to get his first break of throw of the day, and what an important time to do it. It would allow him to throw for the match.
98.
If he can get rid of this 88. Treble 20 for double 14. 18 for the bullseye or the treble for double 7. And there you see, just careless. Does tidy up.
72.
72 to leave double 8, but opportunity missed there from Darryl. If Scott's gone wayward now, he missed a big number. Tops for 3-2.
20.
No, it doesn't go. Darryl Fitton gets another opportunity. It's all got a bit cagey with these two players in the last couple of legs. But Darryl Fitton will not care to jot if he can hit this double 8.
16 in one dart.
Does hit the double 8, and Darryl Fitton hits the front. He leads in a match for the first time today, and what a time to lead. He'll now throw for the match to register his first points on the board today.
$59.
100.
Turn start for Mitchell. Fitton looking to close out victory in this leg. He stays on at the conclusion of this match to play Paul Nicholson.
82.
Good tidy up with the last dart from Darryl. Needed that treble. It's all a bit cagey here.
100.
97.
Yeah, good switching again from Darryl Fitton. Those treble 19s helping him out in this leg. Just can't find the red bit at the minute.
100.
Mitchell with 3 tons on the trot in this leg. Big visit needed for Darryl. Gets rid of the 3 there. Drifts into the 5 and
68.
yeah, he finds a treble again with his last dart. Is Mitchell going to let him off the hook? He does, and again you see a little bit of a late release on the last dart. Fitton, in all likelihood, has probably got 6 darts at the 195. And just cannot find a treble with his first dart.
45.
Yeah, frustration. He knows he's throwing for the match here and he just hasn't thrown with great fluency. And Mitchell leaves double. Oh no, he leaves 11 in the end. He hit the bullseye with his last dart. Darryl just steadying himself. 60 scored. Is he staying there or is it treble 18 for double 18? He stayed there. Right option, just not the right execution.
134.
But he does apply some pressure because these ain't easy under this sort of pressure. 3 or a 7. There's protocol for Scott. And that's why they're not easy. Just his score. So Darryl, match starts incoming, courtesy of the error from Scott Mitchell.
Game 1.
And Darryl Fitton closes out double 8. It was a cagey affair at the back end, but he wins by 4 legs to 2 over Scott Mitchell, and it's his first points on the day. Scott Mitchell joins a bit later on, but Darryl remains on, and he takes on Paul Nicholson in our next matchup. And we welcome back Darryl Fitton, who's just registered his first points of the campaign, defeating Scott Mitchell. Got a bit cagey at the end, but Darryl just had that little bit extra at the end. We also saw Paul Nicholson beat Scott Mitchell in the opening match of today. And sandwiched in between those games 1 and 4, we've seen David Evans record back-to-back victories.
Outside.
Darryl 4-3, beat Paul 4-2. So 1 win from 2 each of these players.
Bullseye.
Paul played some good stuff against Evans.
One best dog.
Paul Nicholson wins the bullseye and gets us off and running. And a 60 star, but Paul Nicholson's opened both his matches with 15 dart legs. Sent him on the way to victory against Scott Mitchell, not so much against David Evans, who again is in impressive form. He's won 8 consecutive matches if you include the 6 from Tuesday and the 2 today. Still yet to feature today Wessel Nyman, Keelan Kay and Aaron Monk. They'll be joining us shortly.
40.
$140.
Darryl Fitton had to work hard for that victory then. He wasn't particularly thrilled with his performance, but a win's a win. He played well against David Evans and didn't get points on the board. So sometimes just about winning a little bit scruffy, and Darryl did that.
$100.
These two have met on the big stage in the past. They were drawn in each other's group in the Grand Slam of Darts in 2008.
180.
Darryl was victorious on that occasion. Paul Nicholson. But Max in this match. A couple against David
97.
Evans as well, but as did Darryl, but to no avail for either player. Paul first. So tops.
21.
That's a wild dart. Darryl Fitton gets a chance to break early in this match. Treble 16 or a treble 8, either one. Gets the treble 16, so it's double 8.
64 in 2.
Yeah, and a steady breaker throw from Darryl Fitton there. 14 darts and punishes the missed start from Paul Nicholson at tops, and he leads after taking in the opening leg.
$87.
Darryl Fitton gets us underway here. In the second leg.
100.
$100.
David Evans and Scott Mitchell coming up next. And then in the game after that, we welcome Wessel Nyman for the first time today.
95.
Darryl just looking to consolidate that breaker throw.
139.
If he can get through this game with a victory, Yeah, he wasn't satisfied with his performance in the last match, but he's certainly sitting on 2 wins from 3. Paul's in the treble 7 there, so
101.
yeah, it was, but he managed to find the treble 20 just to stay in touch. Darryl Fitton's set of play hasn't
55.
been the best from this stage, but he'll be okay with Shanghai. But Paul Nicholson knows there's an opportunity to break back here. Just double checking his score. It's 40 scored, so I'm sure he got a switch. There doesn't seem a lot of
98.
room.
Sorry,
He does.
97.
A good switch from Paul Nicholson. But both similar finishes, a treble and a single needed in the combination.
$56.
Darryl tried to pick the treble 16 off at his last darts. Paul generally uses the treble 19s here, so 19 again. Steady Paul.
76.
Close to busting there, but he doesn't and misses the 32. But we've seen Darryl get rid of this in the last leg to break. You look for the same option. He hasn't hit it on this occasion. And doesn't on this occasion, so Paul to break straight back.
71.
And he does break straight back, and we're level at 1 leg apiece. Always the risk when you're on
100.
120, which Darryl was on. When you use that 16 route on your last dart, you don't find one. You're not leaving that just single double combination off 120. Had he stayed in the 20s, he at least leaves 20 for tops. But you
26.
see people go that way. He's beaten sometimes. Mervyn King, when he's on 80, is straight for it. But say what you want. It's not the easiest route, but Darryl's obviously concerned about how loose his dart was by the treble 20.
$180.
Darryl fires in his first 180 of the match.
$100.
But still trails despite that 180, but it's kept him in touch.
$59.
The treble on this visit. Big game for these two here because they're both playing in their 3rd match, and one of them's going to be on just 1 win from 3. The winner will be feeling pretty good about
100.
himself.
$140.
140 for Darryl. He's had a 180 and a 140 Darryl in this leg, but it's around a 59 or 26, but it's still going to get him a shot at the 96 for the 3rd consecutive breaker throw.
65.
Treble 20 for double 18 to retake the lead in this match. And that's what we've seen a bit too much of from Darryl. We've seen some big scores, but
36.
not a great deal around it. This is still not a gimme for Paul Nicholson. 76. You look for the treble 20 for double 8. Got the treble 20.
Give him 2.
Gets the double 8. Good finishing from Paul Nicholson. We have our first hold in this match.
$58.
$57.
A little head shake there from
85.
Darryl. Playing okay, just a few loose darts, and you can see it's just poking him a little bit, but well in this match, Darryl Fitton.
140.
1040 for Paul.
$41.
Paul Nicholson, who plays here, gets a game off, then plays Wessel. Then he's got a few games break before he plays Keelan Kay, and he finishes off his campaign against Aaron Monk a bit later on. But he's the first one to complete his fixtures today, Paul Nicholson.
121.
And the form David Evans is in, you feel that Paul's probably realistically got to win his remaining fixtures.
48.
Hope for a slip from David Evans. Paul, breathing space here on this 183 and this. And look at treble 13 now.
133.
Doesn't find it, but Paul Nicholson looking at a 3-1 lead here. Darryl Fitton way back on 269. Just hasn't happened for them in this leg.
$46.
$18 for double 16 for a 3-1 lead and under no pressure whatsoever. Nicholson to go one away from his second victory of the day.
Give him 2.
And he does go one away. 95 average leads 3-1, and Paul Nicholson will now throw for the match after 3 consecutive legs on the spin after dropping the first one on throw. He now throws for the match.
$96.
$58.
And just can't find a treble. The scoring deserted Darryl. It was a good opening. He broke through. He had a chance to go 2 legs to nil up, but since then, it's pretty much been all Paul Nicholson.
98.
Darryl's got to keep chipping away, though. It wasn't great at times against Scott Mitchell, but found a way to win. He knows he's only 1 breaker throw down here.
85.
$100.
Darryl needs a 2 treble visit.
85.
And he's drifting to the 5 again. He is finding the treble, but just that odd loose start into the 5s costing Darryl Fitton here. And Paul Nicholson is 207 points away. Second win from 3. It's been a satisfactory start to the day for the asset.
100.
It's okay. You return at the 107 to Darrell Fitton to apply some pressure.
$51.
Just unlucky there. Goes in the treble four with his last dart. So again, Paul Nicholson under no pressure on the finish.
87.
Yeah, and just tidies up. He hit the 7 with the first dart, but that's fine for Paul. And match darting coming for the asset. And it's been a good performance. 95 and a bit average. The
81.
below par Darrell Fitton. Just shuffling along, Paul Nicholson. Just a close-out victory. Still not over the line yet. Still not over the line yet. Darrell Fitton returns at 141. Potential game changer here if he can take this out. He can't find the first treble.
57.
57 scored, so Paul Nicholson's missed 3 at double 10 for the match already. Will he get over the line on these 3? That's 4 match darts. 5, going up to double 5 now.
Game 3.
He finds it with his 6 dart, and Paul Nicholson wins by 4 legs to win over Darrell Fitton. He wins his first 2 of his 3 matches now, Paul. We'll see him a bit later on against Wessel Neiman. But coming up next, we've got the undefeated David Evans taking on 2015 world champion Scotty Dog Mitchell. He suffered defeat twice already today by the same scoreline of 4-2. Daryl Fitton had a bit too much for him. And so did Paul Nicholson. So Scott Mitchell
25.
under pressure. He needs to get winning. What a way to do it. And against the undefeated David Evans.
Outside.
All the best, Scott.
Dave, unmute me.
And Evans wins the bullseye. He was impressive. 105 average against Paul Nicholson
55.
in a 4-2 victory. He went to a last leg decide with Daryl Fitton. And he was 4-3 victory there. Victorious there.
60.
Impressive stuff from Paul Nicholson today. He's 1-2 from 3, and he made a good account of himself in the game he was defeated in, which was against David Evans. We'll see Paul
99.
return next for his 4th game of the day against Wessel Neiman, who we're seeing for the first time. And then the game after that, we have a first look at Keelan Kay, who takes on Scott Mitchell, and then we welcome Aaron Monk, takes on Daryl Fitton. But this is the man they're looking to stop. David Evans, nice fluid action
99.
there.
$125.
Scott Mitchell has been a bit patchy today. There's been some good stuff, but it's been a bit erratic.
100.
The 4th leg cost him against Paul Nicholson. And the 5th leg cost him against Daryl Fitton. That was the only break in the match, and Daryl converted.
85.
You can't find the second
92.
treble 18. Scott Mitchell, albeit a tricky one, has got a chance to break straight away here. David Evans hasn't had his throw broken today. It hasn't really been threatened to be broke. Treble 17. Last start is all Scott can hope for. Is this the error coming from David
Game in
Evans?
3.
It isn't. He holds. Take the opening leg.
$140.
140.
$100.
139.
$60.
And only 60, so Mitchell's throw under a bit of pressure here from Evans. Visits of 140 and 139.
128.
And a visit of 128. It's just relentless stuff from David Evans. His average creeping up above 100 again.
55.
Ah, 29.
$90.
90 scored from Mitchell, but Evans, again, to grab this game, let's go double 4.
Oh, come on.
He
61.
misses. Always the risk when you use the bullseye. Generally, the case you just hit the ball to when you want the 25. So Mitchell to level up. Double 10. You feel he needs this as well. Important.
36.
And he doesn't get it, and it's only early in the match, but it's a breaker throw, and it's David Evans who's got the dart as well. Always awkward coming down for double 2.
Oh, wow. No score.
Oh, it was always going to be tricky to get in there. So Mitchell. Don't see many of these against David Evans. A potential 20 dart leg, and it is a 20 dart leg. It's a leg on the board nevertheless for Scott Mitchell.
$134.
Like the backdrop there behind Scott Mitchell. 2015 BDO World Champion.
60.
$83.
Evans just got to refocus in this leg. The opportunity to break a throw, let him pass him by there. He had a couple of bites at the cherry as well.
59.
Oh, come on. 45.
Yeah, so this isn't the David Evans we used to see in the last couple of performances. So Scott Mitchell just got to up it a bit here to he's really in with a chance. Evans averaging low in the 80s.
140.
Obviously, Scott is in the 70s at the minute, just creeping above 80 now.
$180.
David Evans puts his foot on the gas, takes himself down to 59 to restore the lead. Yet to have his throw broken today, David Evans, and Scott Mitchell, courtesy of losing the ball, is going to have to find a breaker throw.
Oh, come on, babe. 49.
He's gone inside. Reckless start that when your opponent's on 182. I believe in double 5. And Mitchell,
100.
yeah, even with that ton, there's a bit of pressure there now. And David Evans, straight for it or 2 for double 4. And he's pulled that well inside.
Oh, wow. 6.
And that was a scruffy dart at the 1 as well. And leaves the double 2 that caused him all sorts of problems. But will he return? Mitchell, 18 for the bull now. Elects not to use the bull in 25. It needs the bull now. Missed in the 25.
57.
I know there's always the risk of hitting anything when you go for the 25 or ball, but I just think with 3 darts in your hand, it's the place to start on 82. And Evans gets away with one there. He holds and leads by 2 legs to 1.
$140.
40 for Mitchell. Mitchell's got David Evans embroiled in a scrap here.
96.
$140.
Yeah, good back-to-back visits for 140 for Scott Mitchell.
$140.
David replies with one of his own. Mitchell in the ascendancy in this 4th leg.
$81.
That's a slip, but we'll see how costly it proves now. It's all about what David Evans does on this visit. Up the board now.
58.
I can't find it. The first dart at treble 19 really blocked the target, and it was more of a case of just single 19 and trying to find the treble 20, and he couldn't do so. Just simple setup now for Scott Mitchell. Big 20. And here a turn for tops.
100.
Will be the best leg of the match so far.
139.
Should be too little too late. Scott Mitchell tops.
Game shot and one.
Yeah, he finds it. Good leg from Mitchell. 13 darts. Level again.
180.
And the maximum for David Evans. He's doing him on his throw, and that's why he's been proved so difficult to break his throw today.
86.
Yeah.
Eyes a lit
140.
up with that second one. Like I said, he's wired the 9 darts on 2 occasions in the live league.
$60.
He's in again. And he's looking certain to go within one of the match.
139.
Disappointed to miss the 25, but so far ahead.
180.
180 for Mitchell.
Game in 2.
Yeah, didn't even leave a finish, but 11 darts. That's the third 11 darts of the day for David Evans. He's at 1 in each of his matches. Two legs remain, and Mitchell needs them both to stop this winning streak of David Evans.
140.
That's a good start. Mitchell's upped it in the last couple of legs. And Evans has recognised that and upped it himself.
140.
Mitchell's in again here, and plenty of room for a third.
180.
You just felt it was a certainty he's going to hit a maximum there, Scott Mitchell. Brilliant darts.
137.
He's in again. This is good stuff from Scott Mitchell.
100.
And we've just seen an 11 dart from David Evans. We could see one from Scott Mitchell to reply here. He's going to be under some pressure.
140.
Great leg by both, but it's Mitchell who's first at the double, or should be first at the double. Treble 19. He is. Double 12. Double 6 to prolong this match. He's just the wrong size. So Evans
59.
is going to get a match start. Well, he should get a match start minimum at the bullseye. It's going to be one more double
wow.
6. And he
72.
misses a potential back-to-back 11. So Scott Mitchell to send us all the way. Double 6.
Yeah, game shot in 1.
Yeah, and Scott Mitchell just having another look, but it was in, and we've got a deciding leg. But Scott Mitchell has to find a breaker throw. David Evans has been solid on throw today. What's he got in the opening visit?
96.
Just a 1 treble visit. The way Scott Mitchell's been playing in this last sort of 3 legs, the massive opportunities. He's speeded up a bit as well.
100.
Yeah, good last start from Mitchell. Could this be the moment? We see a first defeat of the week for David Evans.
140.
Finds a 10-40, doing enough on his throw, forcing Mitchell to reply. 2 treble visits of his own, and he's not going to. He's got to find the treble here. Can't quite. Evans with the lead. Just shy of 80.
$95.
Yeah, it's just solid stuff from David Evans. When the pressure's applied, he responds. Mitchell needs a treble here just to stay in touch.
85.
in control. The visit without
100.
trouble offers a little bit of encouragement to Scott, but he picks off the last one. 1040 minimum needed for Mitchell. And he can't even leave a finish now.
5.
Yeah, not enough. So David Evans for 3 wins from 3.
Game in 3.
And David Evans fends off the fight back from Scott Mitchell, takes a second last leg decider today in defeating Scott Mitchell 4 legs to 3. He's won 3 from 3. That's 9 from 9 if you include Tuesday's game. He's on a roll and he's the man to stop. But coming up next, we see Wessel Neiman for the first time today taking on the asset Paul Nicholson. Yeah, and for the first time today, we're going to get a look at Wessel Neiman. Already seen Paul Nicholson win 2 games from 3. Wessel Neiman's first match coming up now, but everybody's trying to chase down David Evans. He's won 3 from 3, but this is a tough task for Wessel Neiman here. Paul Nicholson's been in good form. He's unlucky in his defeat against David Evans, but he defeated Darryl Fitton 4 legs to 1 and defeated Scott
25.
4-2. Been a busy morning for Paul.
Bullseye.
It's Wessel who
Well, that's
wins the
Wessel.
ball and gets us up and running.
One, 3, 4.
And up and running with a 1-3-4. Been really impressed with this young man the last few weeks in the live league. Big score. He's won a couple of the league phases when they were played during the week. Long format Wessel.
140.
$96.
He's looking to start quickly today. seen 5 of the 7 players who featured today already. Yet to see Keelan Kay, who's coming up next against Scott Mitchell.
60.
And then we see 9 dart man Aaron Monk take on Daryl Fitton. And we welcome back Wessel, who will renew rivalries with David Evans.
133.
Surely Paul's going to switch here. That one looks to be precarious. in the
137.
treble. Yeah, sensibly does. If you just join in as a quick recap of what we've already seen today, Paul opened up today's proceedings with a 4-2 victory against Scott
60.
Mitchell. We then saw Daryl Fitton lose out marginally in the last leg shootout to David Evans 4-3. Then David Evans stayed on, defeated Paul by 4 legs to 2. Daryl defeated Scott Mitchell 4-2. Paul defeated Daryl 4-1. We've just seen David Evans
Game in 3.
come through a narrow
Thanks, man.
escape against Scott Mitchell, but massive finish to start the match there from Paul Nicholson. 2 treble 19s and a bullseye for a 1-6-4 breaker throw. Sporting acknowledgement from Wessel Neiman.
$100.
100.
And Paul gets 3 matches off. It's been a busy opening period of this group today. Paul, who next plays Keelan Kay in 4 games' time. So if he can win here, 3 wins from 4, he'll be sitting really pretty in this league phase with only Aaron Monk and
125.
Keelan Kay left to play.
$60.
$60.
Yeah, Paul follows Wessel 60 with a 60 of his own, but got a steady lead here.
140.
Wessel Neiman, who went on the development tour just before the break in play, so he'll be happy with the way he's played during his live league and itching to get back whenever we do get back.
40.
Wessel just resetting himself there.
60.
I can't find a treble, so Nicholson just looking to set up here now. Will be disappointed if he doesn't hold in this leg after the heroics of the 1-6-4 to break. Just shuffling along, trying to find his way in the treble 20.
41.
Yeah, I think he just bit the bullet and come downstairs there. After hitting the 1-6-4, Paul, he started with a 10 and 10-2-5. It's now been 9 darts without a treble. 9 darts without a score of
89.
60. And is he gifting Wessel Neiman the break back here? 1-3-5. Bull or outer bull to start the shot. Got the bull, so you look at a treble 19 and a treble 15. Can't find the second part, so
119.
does leave 16 and is there waiting if Wessel doesn't finish 52. Double 16.
Game in 2.
Yeah, he does find it, so break straight back. Paul will be disappointed. After working so hard to get the break in the first leg.
$96.
Switch in from Wessel Neiman.
100.
David Evans currently sits top of the league with 3 wins from
139.
Paul's won 2 from 3. Got Daryl Fitton, who's won 1 out of 3, and Scott Mitchell, who's lost all 3 of his games. But he saw signs of the real Scott Mitchell in the last game. He upped the pace. You can see by the frustration at the end, he knew he had the chance to beat David Evans there. He's really, towards the back end, was playing some good stuff, Scott Mitchell, but just couldn't find that big visit in the last leg. But positive stuff, despite those 3 defeats in that last game for Scott
134.
Mitchell. He's back next. He's the youngster Keelan Kay.
$100.
$100.
So Wessel down for 32, and his average creeping up towards 102 now.
$99.
Neiman to hit the front for the first
Jamie
time in this
Warner.
match. And he does. Good leg from Wessel Neiman. 13 darts. After the disappointment of seeing a 164 go in against him in the opening leg, it's been a good response from Wessel. His average now up towards 102. Asking all sorts of questions of Paul Nicholson here, and he's
41.
forcing errors from Paul Nicholson. That's another one.
$58.
Paul just steadying himself. Just lost the screen from Paul here. And only 28 scored, so he's gone a bit wayward here. Frustration creeping in after the effort in the opening leg. He hasn't really
180.
capitalised, and Wessel Neiman is taking encouragement from that. He's taking control of the match.
$100.
Turn for Paul, but Wessel Neiman, massive advantage, even more so now. Is this back to
140.
back? It isn't, but it's good enough. Wessel Neiman's average creeping up over 106 now. Impressive stuff from the young Dutchman.
$100.
Yeah, Wessel
59.
knows he's got time, but 140 from Paul here, or 180, but massive pressure on the 64.
$100.
Just a ton. Neiman with 3 legs on the spin and a 3-1 lead.
28.
28 scored. Big shot coming in for Paul. We've seen him hit 164. This 132 is even more important. 25. No, he's dropping low. Just got a tidy at 15 or a 20.
92.
Game in 2.
Not enough from Wessel Neiman with 3 legs on the trot. Now 1 away from victory in his opening match of the day. Now throws to close out victory.
$99.
Wessel's next match is against David Evans in a couple of matchups' time. If he gets the job done here, Paul Nicholson will be on 2 wins from 4. Paul's just got to keep chipping away. Our frustration is creeping in though.
60.
$96.
Wessel with visits of 99 and 96, forcing Paul into big visits. 2 treble visit needed here. Needs another you feel.
85.
He drifts into the 5 at the last start.
$136.
Yeah, good stuff from Wessel. 170 after 9 darts. Even with a 180, Paul Nicholson can't leave a finish here, so Wessel Neiman has time to get rid of the 170 and close out victory in his first match of today's Icon of
60.
Darts Live League. Another one of them.
96.
You can see how quickly through the last die. Just expected to hit the treble 19 there, Wessel. Paul Nicholson just got to try and score big and hope.
Come on. 125.
You can see what damage that last start did for Paul Nicholson. Doesn't even leave a finish. So Wessel Neiman, time, and he's hit the ball. So 59 scored, 15 left. And that miss even more costly for Paul now because he'd have been
66.
getting an opportunity at a shot. Paul,
100.
just hasn't really happened after that 164 in the opening leg. So for a 4th consecutive leg, a match-winning leg. Good mark of a Wessel
Game in
Neiman.
2.
And Wessel Neiman in impressive form is averaging the high 90s. He closed out a 4-1 victory over Paul Nicholson. We'll see him a bit later on. But coming up next, we welcome back Scott Mitchell. And for the first time today, we see Keelan Kay. Keelan Kay as he takes on Scott Mitchell, who's hunting for his first victory of the day. He suffered defeats on 3 occasions already, but there was signs of Scott Mitchell returning to the form we used to see him from in the previous match against David Evans, forcing a last leg decider, but just couldn't get over the line. But Scott Mitchell to start us off here. The bullseye.
25.
So Scott Mitchell. Scott Mitchell kicks us off. Is it going to be fourth time lucky for Scott Mitchell, or will Keelan Kay pile on more misery?
140.
Good start from Mitchell. Keelan Kay, who's had a couple of last 16s and a last 8 on the development tour this year. Also seen him get to the last 16 of the Romanian Open in the BDO at the beginning of the year. And he's a former WDF Europe Cup singles winner, so a steady start, which is very early on in Keelan's career. Getting to take on a former world champion in Scott Mitchell here. Mitchell looking to get the first leg on the board.
105.
Yeah, turn for Kate, leaving down to 110, but it's Mitchell for what would be an impressive opening hold here. 13, 14, possibly 15 dart leg. Take a 15 now.
8.
He misses the double 8. There's a good chance for Kay to break. Surely got to stay there. Use the mark. It does. Double 15. Just inside. Real quick thrower, Keelan Kay. Contrasting style to that of Scott Mitchell. What was a good opening leg from Scott Mitchell. Eventually gets over the line. And it's a hold up throw for the 2015 world champion. Coming up next, we got our first look at Aaron Monk today. He takes on Daryl Fitton. And Wessel Neal takes on David Evans. And we see Keelan Kay back to face Paul Nicholson. Could use the mark there from Mitchell.
100.
Needs victory here. Scott Mitchell, like I said, he's already lost his opening 3 matches. 4-2 reverses against Paul Nicholson and Daryl Fitton, and that last leg decider where he was defeated by David Evans.
140.
But that shot there gets him down to finish. Keelan, a couple of poor visits in this leg. Just tidies up with that last dart treble 19.
$97.
Yeah, Kay down to 140, but it's Mitchell now to double his lead with 64. Messed about a bit on the doubles in the first leg. Will he on this occasion? Only going to get one. And it's at tops.
24.
Will fancy himself to come back. Big ask this for Keelan Kay. It's on. Oh, and just the wrong side, the wire. Great effort from Keelan, but Mitchell for a two-leg lead.
Stop, 1 dollar.
And he takes advantage, so steady but not spectacular. Scott Mitchell with an 18 hold and a 16 to break. He leads by 2-0 and is halfway to registering his first victory of the day.
100.
Yeah, steady start. Keelan Kay, but she's got a higher average than Scott Mitchell, but it's the score line that counts.
140. 100.
Yeah, Mitchell first to a finish. So he's just got to keep Keelan Kay at arm's length. He's got the break. He's got the darts as well, so he knows he is well and truly in the driving seat here. Even more so now. Another treble 20 for double 12. Be a perfect setup.
97.
Doesn't quite find it, but will return at 64. We've seen him miss tops in this combination in the previous leg, but it wasn't costly. Going to be under a little bit more pressure. Kay on 72, so Mitchell for the opening 3 legs of the match. 2 at tops. Going to need 2 as well. Just steadying himself. Wasn't happy with that first dart. Wasn't happy with
44.
that second dart. Okay, had a dart at double 10 for a possibility of a 140 in the last. He's going to get 2 at double 12 here. Only needs 1 and breaks straight back. Good response from the young man. And a steady start. So he's got a foothold in this match now. Mitchell, will he rue those 2 darts for a possible 3-leg lead?
100.
And a maximum for Keelan. And he's on his way to level up this match. His average up towards 99 now. It's impressive stuff.
140.
Elects to use the 25 with his last dart. Sure, the massive value in that. He's been as well since a treble 17, sorry. But no damage done. Keelan Kay has got 6 darts, and he's going to need them at the 156. Yeah, good last dart. Just threatening to get a little bit messy there. Mitchell's going to apply some pressure. Another one applies real pressure. Yeah, good last dart. Level pegging, but Kay's first to finish. We've seen him get rid of 72 in 2 darts. Needs 3 this time. And just the wrong side of tops. So Mitchell. Will he elect for the same way, or will it be treble 17? And that's a over pitch there. There's a 17 bullseye now, or the treble for the double 8. He's got the treble, so double 8. Almost tidied up. And that was a chance for a 3-1 lead. So Kay now, 3 at tops to level up. And only needs one. Good response after losing the first two legs and